In the abyssal depths of the oceans, where sunlight never reaches and the silence is only disturbed by the whisper of ocean currents, reside the Deep Ones. These beings, emerging from the eternal darkness of the underwater world, are a mystery as old as the depths of the seas they inhabit. With scaly skin that subtly glows in the dim light of the depths, piercing yellow eyes, and razor-sharp claws, the Deep Ones are a primordial terror, a bridge between the known world of humanity and the unspeakable horrors beneath the waves. Their very existence is a whisper in the legends of sailors, and in the yellowed pages of forbidden tomes that speak of submerged cities, a sinister sanctuary for these creatures. Each encounter with the Deep Ones is a glimpse into an ancient and forgotten world, where reality intersects with aquatic nightmares, and their presence on the misty shores foretells misfortunes and macabre transformations. In forgotten ages, long before the first human civilizations built their ephemeral cities, the deep seas already hid the Deep Ones. Among occult experts and scholars of the Cthulhu mythos, the Deep Ones are not just inhabitants of the ocean, but direct descendants of the primordial aquatic deities Dagon and Hydra, beings with unimaginable power and cryptic goals. These entities, worshipped and feared, are said to have given rise to the Deep Ones, infusing them with their horrifying essence. With bodies adapted to the pressures and mysteries of the abyss, the Deep Ones evolved to become masters of the submerged realm. They have built monumental cities in the depths, such as the notorious N'Thai, erected with an alien architecture that defies the laws of physics. Other versions show that the Deep Ones may have even more ancient and cosmic origins, perhaps associated with the Great Old Ones. This theory assumes that the Deep Ones are part of a larger plan, a cosmic game of power and domination in the shadows of the universe. The Deep One's society is hierarchical, with a rigid structure where the role of each individual is clearly stated. At the top of this chain are the priests and priestesses, revered not only for their arcane knowledge, but also for their closeness to aquatic deities such as Dagon and Hydra. They lead mystical rituals and guide the people in matters of faith and worship of the ancestral gods. The warriors of the Deep Ones are another distinct caste, responsible for protecting submerged cities from intruders and external threats. With weapons forged from materials unknown on the surface, these fighters are feared for their brutality and efficiency. But most Deep Ones are part of the working class, responsible for maintaining cities and tapping into the ocean's resources. They carry out essential tasks, including building alien structures or hunting in the murky waters, ensuring the survival and well-being of the community. The rituals and traditions of the Deep Ones are ancient and mysterious, often focused on worshipping the gods and celebrating the cycle of life and death. Marriages between the Deep Ones and humans are part of these practices, a sinister tradition intended to expand their influence and mix their bloodlines with the surface. Communication between the Deep Ones is an enigma. They speak an ancient language that sounds more like a combination of clicks and hisses, a tongue that seems to flow and change like the sea currents. The Deep Ones rarely interact directly with the Great Old Ones, the supreme entities of Lovecraft's universe, but their cult and practices often align with the awakening or worship of these cosmic beings, displaying a distant awe and reverent fear. At the heart of the Deep One's relationships with other creatures from the Cthulhu mythos, there is an innate understanding of cosmic hierarchy and the balance of power. They navigate this universe as shrewd predators and fervent worshippers, aware of their position, always on the lookout for opportunities to expand their domain and ensure their respective survival in the dark and unforgiving depths of the ocean. The Deep Ones warred with each other for territory and power. Their submerged cities, built in strange non-Euclidean geometries, were the scene of epic battles where dark blood mixed with cold water, attracting even more horrifying creatures from the hidden crevices on the ocean floor. When war broke out between the Great Old Ones and other powerful beings from the Cthulhu mythos, the Deep Ones were called upon to take part. Their loyalty to the aquatic gods and connection to Cthulhu placed them at the heart of the conflict, where their prowess in underwater combat and knowledge of abyssal secrets proved second to none. The Deep Ones faced threats from outside their aquatic realm. Fragmentary accounts describe clashes with the Star Races, the Migo, the Elder Things and their Shoggoths, and even the Great Old Ones. These battles, stranger and more terrifying than any human conflict, involved forces that defied natural laws, where reality bent to the whim of unimaginable powers. With the emergence of humanity and the expansion of the civilizations it created, a new kind of war began. At first, the Deep Ones observed humans from a distance, with curiosity and caution. Over time, as the human cities drew closer to their sacred territories, conflict proved inevitable. On the misty shores of Innsmouth and in other forgotten places around the world, the Deep Ones emerged from the waters to defend their ancestral domains. These confrontations with humanity were terrifying. Fishermen and coastal dwellers disappeared, victims of the Deep Ones' silent attacks. Vessels were found adrift, with crews missing or driven mad by what they had witnessed. As the awakening of Cthulhu approaches, the Great Old Ones slumbering in the submerged city of Ryla, the Deep Ones will play a sinister and crucial role. This event, prophesied and feared in the Cthulhu mythos, is a focal point for the dark and powerful forces that reside in the oceanic depths. The Deep Ones will be heralds of Cthulhu's imminent awakening. They prepare for this with arcane rituals and sacrifices, believing that Cthulhu's return will be the unveiling of an era of aquatic domination over the earth and a new world order, where the Deep Ones will be the true masters of the seas and the land. As the astral alignment required for Cthulhu's awakening draws closer, the Deep Ones are stepping up their activities on the surface. Coastal cities, such as the infamous Innsmouth, are hotbeds of frenetic activity, where hybrids made up of humans and Deep Ones prepare the way for the return of their sleeping god. These ambiguous communities, which are the result of generations of mixed marriages, are crucial to the Deep Ones' plans, bridges between the aquatic and terrestrial worlds. They believe that their devotion and deeds will be rewarded by becoming Cthulhu's favorites, forever protected in his new realm. The Deep Ones are the whisperers in ocean storms, the shadows that move swiftly beneath the surface of the water, the nightmares haunting sailors and coastal dwellers. Their presence reminds us that the dark, cold depths of the oceans hide ancient secrets and horrors that humanity must never dare to uncover.